All right, we are live. Terrance, are you there?
Yes, I am. How are you doing today, Chris?
Living the dream every day.
Awesome,
Beautiful
awesome.
Boulder, Colorado.
Wonderful.
Cool, let's get started. So I'd like to welcome everybody to today's webinar, an introduction to SEMRush, the tool that will boost your SEO results. A pretty bold statement. It's definitely my favorite tool that we use. I mean, we have many tools as an agency. You depend on tools, but I would say SEMRush definitely my preferred tool. Super excited to have Terrance Vaughan with me today. He's an onboarding specialist at SEMRush. Hey, Terrance, I'm just going to let you introduce yourself real quick.
Yeah, no problem. So yes, my name is Terrance Vaughan, and I'm an onboarding specialist here at SEMRush. Just my background a little bit. I am pretty well versed in SEO and content, so I figured I'd bring my expertise in both ends to become an onboarding specialist and really, help companies and smaller businesses go ahead and rank on the Google search page. So really what we're going to go through today is a common workflow that we often go through. This is going to be some of our most utilized parts of our tools. And really what we're going to do is give you a sort of broader perspective of how you can get started with our tool today.
Awesome. And then, so real quick, my name is Chris Ralph. I'm the founder of Boulder SEO Marketing. We're a full-service digital marketing agency offering everything from organic SEO, PPC, content marketing, you name it, we do it. I also teach digital marketing, and I teach part of a master's degree online for a university in Europe, and I'm super thankful that SEMRush is actually giving our students access to the tool for the duration of the course. With that being said, Terrance, let's dive into it. I'm handing it over to you.
All right, wonderful. All right. So what we have going today is we're going to actually revert to our tool here and see sort of our more domain overview section here. So what we're going to do here is switch gears.
Oh, perfect. Yep, perfect. I see the tool.
Yep, so if everybody will be able to see my screen here. So this is what our dashboard is going to be able to, what you're going to be seeing on our dashboard. Some key things that you're definitely going to want to look at here. Whenever I work through this tool, I always like to use all tools, but you are able to switch through SEO toolkits, advertising toolkits, social media toolkits, content toolkits, and competitive research toolkits. So really, if you're really honing in on that one aspect of your optimization, that's where you're going to want to go here. But for the sake of this demo, and for the sake of my everyday use, I usually start with all tools. From there, we want to go into our Domain Analytics tab. So SEMRush is going to be great for looking at every domain, but really what you're going to want to do here is utilize the aspect of being able to look at your competitor's domain. So in this case, I would go to my organic research here, and I would type in a competing domain. So for this, we're going to use our example with eBay.com. If I was Amazon or something like that, or a bigger e-commerce site, I would want to look at eBay to see those keywords that they're ranking for and see if there's any gaps in between, or just to look at the position in which they are ranking for in those keywords. So it's pretty simple. In the overview, we're going to show you the amount of keywords that they currently rank for on the organic scale. And this is going to be the top 10 pages of Google, which will also translate to the top 100 Google results. From there, we can see the amount of traffic that is being brought in from those 32 million keywords. This is all going to be averages on a monthly scale. Traffic cost. So since we're looking at organic, this is not going to be how much they're paying for these keywords, but how much they're actually saving by ranking for these keywords organically. And then we're going to be able to look at branded traffic. And branded traffic means is the keywords that they're bringing in traffic from are usually going to be branded with something that says eBay in it. And the non-branded traffic, that's just going to be all the other traffic that we have coming up for the website here. And as we dive in through these tabs, we'll click positions. And like I stated a little bit earlier, we're going to be able to see the positions in which these keywords are ranking for at the moment. And you can see some branded keywords, to start off here. And eBay being a big company, they're going to have a lot of branded keywords here, but you can also see some other keywords, and these are going to be the non-branded keywords that they're ranking for. The big metrics to look at when you are looking in these tables here, you're going to want to look at traffic. You're going to want to look at traffic percentage. You're going to also want to look at volume and keyword difficulty here. This is just going to be a great way for you to really realize this is what eBay's doing. This is how many people are coming to their site from this keyword. And this is the volume in which all in all these keywords are being searched. Keyword difficulty might be something new to a lot of you. So keyword difficulty is really going to explain how hard and difficult it really would be for you to rank for that keyword. A good percentage and a base mark percentage would be anything 70% or lower here. Not to say that anything above that is going to be inaccessible for you, but it might really involve more optimization, maybe a fully dedicated page for that keyword for you to go ahead and rank for that, as well as backlinks. So reverting up, this is all the keywords here. Do take a look at the position. But what we have going forward, we can also see the position changes. So this is great if you are, an SEO company, you want to analyze your client's website from a broader perspective, just really quickly as an overview. You can see some of their newly ranking keywords. You can also see some of the lost keywords. So these are going to be keywords that they lost out of that top 100 level or the top 10 pages in the Google SERP. Also, their improved keywords. So this is going to be the keywords that are climbing up the scale a little bit. So in instance, if you were looking at a client's website, this would basically give you the insight of, hey, we have great keywords here, and they're improving. Maybe we should do a little bit more optimization for them so we can make sure that we hit that #1 spot there.
And Terrance, if I can quickly add, so this is absolutely my favorite feature because we were, as SEO companies, we're able to identify those what I call low-hanging fruit keywords, where you're sort of out of the sweet spot, the organic positions 1, 2, and 3. Those get the most clicks, right? And so we look for these keywords where you're, position 5 to 15 that have high search volume, great intent. So this is absolutely my top favorite feature of this tool.
Yeah, so it's definitely useful, especially like Chris was saying, if you are an SEO agency and you're doing a lot of client work, this is going to be great. And decline keywords. So same idea with improved, but it's the opposite here. And then we're going to be able to look at the declining keywords. So you can either save these keywords from declining or go ahead and say this keyword isn't as important as it used to be. Let's go ahead and get rid of that there. What we'll also show under the organic research is competitors. So what we're going to be pulling up for competitors is suggested competitors for your domain based off the common keywords and the all-around keywords that you do have. We're going to take both of these into account and give you a competition level percentage here. And based off this percentage, you can see, hey, is this person really a common competitor for me? And if so, maybe I should do some side-by-side comparative analysis. And we'll get to that a little bit later. Pages. So this is how you can analyze the pages within a website. So eBay has tons of pages. So we're not going to run through all of these. But when you're looking at a smaller domain, maybe they'll have maybe 4 or 5 pages. So you can see which one of their pages is going to be receiving the most traffic, obviously the traffic percentage here. And you can also check out the keywords that are present on those pages. So this is just a good way to see what part of a website is the most popular. And subdomains. This is especially popular if you have a shop dot or maybe a blog dot subdomain here. This is how you can get some of the same information like the pages tab here. You're going to be able to get the traffic percentage, and also the keywords as well. So this is something that will really hone in on either if I want to look at pages, subdomains, I can see really what's going on all around with that website. So this is really great information to have about a competitor's website here. As I said before, this is going to be all under the organic scope. So we can revert actually to the advertising research, and we can see PPC campaigns and some of their Google AdWords that they might be paying for at the moment. So what we are pulling up now, we have a guest here saying, how do we get these stats? So these stats are all going to be compiled from third-party resources. So to jump back, advertising research, ebay.com, we're seeing there is 1.2 million keywords at the moment, and they're bringing in around 20.7 million traffic from these keywords. Their traffic cost is roughly per month $15.3 million. You're never going to see numbers this inflated unless we're looking at big companies and big brands like eBay.com here. But to go into how the other organic research information sort of correlates to the ad research here, we do have position changes again. And you're going to see a lot of these positions being in maybe the first, second, or the third position here. All ads, so we're going to be able to glance over the ad and how they're addressing the market as well. We're going to tell you if they're new or lost keywords like we had in our organic research, pretty much identical, but all based on PPC here. We're also going to pull up suggested competitors, much like organic research. And this is going to be based on the common keywords and the paid keywords. We'll see your percentage here. And something different. So we have two different tabs here. So ad copies. Like I scrolled over that ad position when we're looking at the positions, we can check out the actual messaging that they have for their ad copies and the keywords that they're ranking for within these ad copies. So really you can see how they're addressing the market, and you hit this drop down box and you can see all the keywords that they're went ahead and put into their ad copies to rank here, either in the meta descriptions or in their ad copies content. We can also look at ad history here. So with these numbers under these dates, we can see how many campaigns or how many positions that they had for that month. So they reached the maximum level of the first position, and you'll see a lot of ones and twos within these two because we are specifically talking about pay per click here. Really good insight for this is to look throughout the year and see how much they have been paying for ads, if they took any time off at all, and sort of the messaging on the keywords of what they're paying for. Pages. So much like the pages before, we're going to be able to see some of the most popular pages that they have, the traffic that they're bringing in, and the keywords here, but this is all going to be PPC related. Same with domains here. So a lot of the same information, but all PPC related, and you're also going to be able to look at your traffic and traffic percentage as well. So very similar to the organic research tab, we're just showing a little bit different information when we look at the ad copies and the ad history here. To jump up, another good aspect for our domain analytics tab is the backlinks. So backlinks are still very important when it comes to optimization and also when it comes to ranking. So when we're speaking on ranking specifically, you're going to be looked upon content, and we're going to be judged upon backlinks. So this is how we can actually look at the backlinks for your competitor. We can actually dive into these backlinks, so we'll see 6.9 billion backlinks for this website currently. We can dive into these backlinks, and we can look at them individually from their page score and their trust score. So a page score is going to be how well the page is optimized. Trust score is going to show you how trustworthy the page is. If you take these two numbers into account, that's how you would make the decision to see if these backlinks are maybe something that you would like to go after in the future here.
And then, hey, Terrance.
Yes.
We want to make sure that the audience understands. So backlinks, it's still one of the strongest ranking signals in Google's algorithm. And of course, I mean, eBay, it's a massive site. They have lots and lots of backlinks. Usually, newer sites or the normal sites, they don't have as many backlinks. So this is a great opportunity for you to do research on your competitors. What kind of backlinks are they attracting? You know, potentially reach out to those websites, see if you can acquire also a backlink from that website, right?
Exactly. And really what we can do here, we also offer that tool within our toolkit. Once we touch the project section, I will finish off with showing you how you can go ahead and do some link building yourself.
Awesome.
All right. So that's going to be those are going to be the main tools that we want to look at in domain analytics. We also have the ability to look at the anchor text. So when you are looking at those smaller domains like Chris mentioned earlier, we can see how their anchor texts are being used throughout these backlinks and seeing how companies are really using their links here and how they're using their language. This is good to know as well. if you wanted some insight of how to use your language for backlinks. Then we have referring domains, referring IPs. For referring domains, much like the backlinks tab, but rather than showing you the URL, we're going to show you the overall domain here and the authority score for the domain. So this is great to know as well, because authority score is something that is a score for your website as far as backlinks are concerned. So this authority score is going to give you your overall score as far as we can see, and Google in our case, to give you this score judged on your backlinks.
And then, of course, the higher the score, like from a relevant website in your industry, the more SEO juice is being passed on from this website to your own website.
Correct. Referring IPs as well. So this is something to say if you're a worldwide brand and you wanted to know what country is mostly coming to your website, this is how you can get a hold of those IPs. And we'll give you that information very easily here. See your top five markets as far as country goes. And index pages is going to be the pages that were actually indexed by Google in this case. So the pages in which your website is being judged upon. And competitors here. The competitors here, much like the other competitors tabs, we take in common domain, common referencing domains, total referencing domains, and total number of backlinks, period. And we're going to take these scores and compile a percentage, and then we'll give you your competition level based off of these domains here. So it's pretty cool to see who is competing with you the most here with backlinks, or who's competing with your competitor the most here with backlinks. All right, so from the domain analytics section, these are going to be the 3 tools that you're definitely going to want to look at and play around with. You're going to spend most of your time looking in these 3 tools under domain analytics. So let's revert down to the domain versus domain. And this is going to actually reroute us to the keyword gap here. And this is how we can do that side-by-side comparative analysis that I was speaking on earlier. So eBay.com, huge company. We're going to pick another huge company that we can basically compare ourselves to. So Amazon.com, more of a similar type of company. We're going to be able to look at organic keywords, paid keywords, or product listing ads. Also, we're going to be able to look at our list differently here. So if you see this Venn diagram, we have unique to the first domain's keywords, or common keywords, or all in all unique keywords. How I like to start is I want to see how I'm doing compared to my competitor here for the common keywords, so the keywords that we already rank for, and look at the position differences. From here, we can see readily available that eBay.com is currently ranking for 27 million keywords, and together they share about 24 million keywords. But the good insight with this actual tool here and this Venn diagram filter is that we can check out the keywords that we share. The keywords that we share and the position in which both domains rank here. So this is great insight, say if you have a smaller domain and you wanted to sort of optimize to make your domain a little bit bigger, you're going to want to check out a big competing domain and see if you guys do share any keywords, the differences in positioning, and then from there, we're going to go actually revert back up here and look in the unique to the first keywords, first domain's keywords. So this is going to give you insight for any gaps that you might have in between websites here. So if there's any keywords that eBay.com has that Amazon.com doesn't have currently, we're going to be pulling those up. So these will be all the keywords that Amazon currently doesn't rank for that eBay does. And this number right here is going to show you the position in which eBay ranks for these keywords. And like we're looking in the metrics table a little bit earlier, we have our volume and our KD metric. So our percentage here stays the same. If you wanted to go ahead and optimize for one of these keywords you see to the left-hand side here, do make sure that it does have that basis of 70% and lower. It will be easier for you. And also make sure your volume is worthwhile. So when you're doing this with smaller domains, you might not see volumes as high as these, and you might see volumes in the hundreds. So just make sure it makes sense for you, and it's worth your while to go after that keyword here. So that's the filter for between common and unique, and we can also use our last filter here for overall unique keywords. And these are going to be keywords that neither website share here, just to show, hey, what am I doing differently? Am I doing something differently that jumps out to me? Maybe I should optimize a little bit more for that, since we have great rankings for this here. So we can look at the Amazon ranking keywords, the top ranking or volume keywords for Amazon. Then we can switch over to eBay and click this eBay here. Let this load up. And we can also see, we might have to scroll down a little bit or just hit it again, and we can also see the keywords that eBay just has by itself. Yep, so hit it again. We can see all the unique keywords for just eBay here. So what you really want to pay attention to, you're going to want to pay attention to your actual position in which these keywords are in, your volume, and your KD. And that's going to be the most useful way to utilize this tool. And that is the keyword gap tool. From the keyword gap, now we're more focused on that content discovery. We started dabbling with keywords from this comparative analysis, but I have a different idea in my head for what I want to optimize for, and I just didn't see it here. So we'll jump up to keyword analytics, and from here, our most powerful tool currently, with around 9 billion keywords within the database, the keyword magic tool. All right, so I have a lot of lists started here because I've done demos, quite a few demos in the past. So what we're going to be showing here are a list of different keywords that I might have typed in to get a broad phrase or exact match for. So let's see here. We might have to actually use something that we have already. Vegan chili. Let's look at vegan chili and see maybe if we can find any sort of recipe type language here.
Yeah, I'm happen to be vegan, so.
Oh, this is perfect then.
Love to make chili.
So what we're really going to be looking for right now, I like to start with related, because what's better than finding another way to say something, especially if you have a headline like how to cook or how to make. So how do you make vegetarian chili? Obviously, it's the same way to say vegan, but that's a little bit of different. There's a little bit of difference of definition there. You can also, this will be how to make vegan chili, how to cook vegan chili, or how to make meatless chili. Just other variations of the similar topic there of how to say it with a related match. And this is going to be very good if you do not have another way to say a keyword, but you want to rank for that keyword there. We're going to be giving you these variations here. Broad match. So this is something that a lot of people do start with when they are looking at the keyword magic tool, because they might not know where they want to go with the C keyword that they typed in. But maybe they realized I typed in vegan chili, and I didn't know that I would see how to make vegan chili con carne, or Doritos spicy chili, Doritos brand spicy chili vegan, something like that. This is just going to be able to show you all the matches around the web, the volume, obviously, and the keyword difficulty. This holds true. The same benchmark holds true throughout our tool, so keep that in mind, that 70% or lower there when you are doing your research. We have other variations and other ways that we can filter this tool. So we have question-based keywords, in which I like to start with, or we can look at overall keywords. So we'll click this all here, and we'll start getting rid of that how to make language, and we're going to see vegan crock pot chili, vegan chili slow cooker, things like that. If you do have a broader sort of audience and you just want to see if you can bring in as much traffic as possible around vegan chili, I would use some question-based keywords, and then I would go to this all section and try to fit in as many of these keywords as I can, if it makes sense. We want to stay away from keyword stuffing, but we want to make sure that we use our keywords and use as many keywords smartly as possible. And our last filter, on the left-hand side, if you see anything that catches your eye, like maybe I want bean in my chili, I'm going to click bean here, and every keyword will now have bean within the actual listing, and your volume and your keyword difficulty. So it's pretty cool to use with these top filters here, as well as this sidebar to hone in on any keywords that you want to look at, as well as question-based keywords. And question-based keywords, I like to say, are very, very, very great for that article sort of language and maybe headline for the article. So that's our keyword magic tool. And let me show you another aspect within the keyword magic tool. It's sort of a tool within a tool. So once we actually have our keywords that we like, we're going to save those keywords. We're going to select these 3 that we saved. You'll see that these have turned green. So once they've turned green, that means that they've been added to your keyword analyzer. Simply scroll up, go to your keyword analyzer here. So what's great about the keyword analyzer is you can compile a list of keywords when you are doing research for up to 1,000 keywords at one time. And once you have this list started, you can go ahead and update your metrics whenever you want, or you can go ahead and send these keywords to a position tracking tool or a PPC keyword tool. Position tracking tool is going to be very important for you as far as seeing the progress and the performance of your keywords over time. So let's actually jump into the position tracking campaign under projects. Project section under management here, down below. All right, so we have projects here. I have tons of projects started, so I'm going to use something with adoptapet.com. So for adoptapet.com, I have my site audit project started, and I have my position tracking project started. So let's start with position tracking here. So the main use for this tool is to allow you to see the performance of your keywords that you have added in this position tracking campaign, either from your Google Analytics account or manually. We're going to go jump to the overview tab here. So for adoptapet.com, I have 2 competitors for AdoptAPet, my main competitors here, Puppy Finder and petfinder.com. But what I have going on really is a visibility trend with this graph here. You can see overall visibility between the keywords that I added here between Puppy Finder and Pet Finder. So I have about 21 keywords within my position tracking campaign. My estimated traffic is going to be a lot higher here than my competitors that you see down below. And we can look at average positioning as well, and we can see the positioning for these keywords being a lot better than my competitors as well. But scrolling down, we're going to get a little bit more information based off those actual keywords that we're looking at. So much like those tabs we had above, we can look at positions, estimated traffic, and visibility. So as far as positions go, we can see that the keywords kitten for sale is still #1 for AdoptAPet. Puppy Finder still not ranking for that keyword here, and petfinder.com currently ranking 3rd position for that keyword. Estimated traffic. So we're going to get a traffic percentage here, and this is going to show you how many people are really coming to your website as far as from the last time we checked. So March 7th is today. The last time we checked might have been March 1st or something like that, and we have seen an incline of 811 people that visited my site in that week there for pit bull puppies. We can also see Pet Finder's rankings on that as well. You'll still see that Puppy Finder still has not been ranking for anything like that. And overall visibility. So how visible are you on the web? How visible are you in those top 10 pages or 100 results on Google? This is how we'll be able to see that as well. And you won't see anything overall too high. You won't see anything in the 90s or 80s even, but these numbers do make a lot of sense here when you are looking at it. 4% of everything on the web, and this is how visible that pit bull puppies currently are. And you can see it jump up. So good insight if you are looking at this plus here and you do in fact sell things on your site. You can say, well, maybe we have to make more pages for pit bull puppies since we have a lot of pit bull puppies in at the moment. Then you can overall get that visibility up. So that's our rankings overview. That's our overview pretty much of the position tracking tool, but I'm going to show you these different tabs here. So rankings distribution. So this is an easier way for you to look at some of your best performing keywords rather than scrolling through that full list. We can show you your top 3, your top 10, or your top 20, even your top 100 if you wanted to look at all of that. But really what we're going to show you is you compared to your competitors here and the keywords that you have in the top 3 positions on the Google search page, the top 10 positions on the Google search page, and so on. From there, we can look at the actual rankings. So we're going to be pulling up all of the websites here. We're going to be looking at the overall keyword that you have ranking for, and then we're going to look at the positions here. So this is great to see, hey, how's my keywords doing for my site compared to Puppy Finder or Pet Finder, and am I ranking in that better position? If not, maybe I should do a little bit more optimizing, and where was I before? And you'll see that in this difference as well. Landing pages, much like when we're looking at that pages tab in the domain overview, we're going to be able to look at those landing pages here for yourself and see the keywords that are performing the best in your landing pages. So this is my dog adoption page here for adoptapet.com. We're going to be able to hit this little caret here, and this is going to pull down all the keywords we have ranking currently within our position tracking campaign for this URL here. And we're going to be able to see the estimated traffic, so the traffic that they're bringing in as far as keywords go, the average position in which these keywords are showing on the Google search page, then the total volume in general for these keywords. So this is how you get really that knowledge of what's my most successful keywords for this page, or any other page here. And maybe you have some insight and you see that you're going down a little bit. Well, maybe you should get rid of German Shepherd puppies, or go ahead and go to the keyword matching tool to find a related match of something that might be performing better. Competitor discovery here, much like the domain overview tab, this is going to take in your estimated traffic, in this case, your keywords and your average positioning. And then we're going to give you that same sort of percentage here to show you who your top competitors would be. And from there, device and locations. So this is going to be for some of our higher accounts here. So for a Guru account in SEMRush, we'll be able to show different devices and different locations all at once. So if you're a local-based company and you want to do local tracking on the keywords that you currently have, you will simply just change this here to something local as far as zip code goes, or maybe a city or state. And we'll go ahead and start tracking that for you here. And devices as well, so you can do mobile or desktop. We can also show you organic keywords or Google AdWords as well in this, so you can just basically track everything as far as keywords are concerned within your content. From here, featured snippets. So featured snippets are something that a lot of people are going after nowadays. And we're going to show you any opportunities that you might have to rank for a featured snippet. So currently, I see that I can rank here for a featured snippet for Teacup Poodle. We'll see that Dog Breed Info currently has information for Teacup Poodle, but maybe if I do a little bit more optimization, or maybe provide a definition of what a Teacup Poodle is, then I will be able to rank ahead of dogbreedinfo.com and finally get that featured snippet spot.
Oh, hey, Terrance, do you quickly want to explain what a featured snippet is? I'm not sure if everybody knows.
Yeah, so a featured snippet is going to be, for example, maybe if you type in a recipe or something like that, or what is apple, or how to make apple pie. Featured snippet in this case, when you do see this crown, it will be that box before that first listing in Google that basically gives you the instructions right off the bat. So in this case, what is a teacup poodle? This might come up as a definition on Google, and it will show you what a teacup poodle is before you see any of that ranking on your Google search page. Another example would be a knowledge base. So if you are typing in something and you do see maybe a Wikipedia thing pop up on the right-hand side, that's going to be a knowledge panel, and that will show you basically a lot more information about the person, maybe their origins, date of birth, and things like that. Also, another feature snippet would be video. So if you do a lot of video tutorials on YouTube or something like that, and your video is very popular, when somebody searches something, maybe that video would be the first one to come up there, and that's going to be another featured snippet there. So there's quite a few feature snippets. I recommend doing some research to see if any feature snippets out there will pertain to what your daily business would be, and I would see if I can go after those and rank for them.
And sorry to interrupt again. So I gave a presentation to the Society of Technical Communication last week, and featured snippets are extremely important for big tech companies, or let's say a printer company. You know, if you do a search for how to change a printer cartridge and then the printer model, you know, if that feature snippet appears with all the instructions right there, this potentially reduce a phone call to that company, which could save in return, you know, 10, 15, 20 bucks. So this is a great opportunity to actually reduce cost if you work for a company, you know, such as a printer company.
Yeah, so like you were saying, very good for even FAQs or like you were discussing, like customer support almost.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep. All right, so from there, site audit is something that you definitely want to get set up right away as well. This is going to overall show you your site health, and this is going to be based off a lot of back-end things. We're going to pull up any errors or issues that you might have with your site. So still looking at adoptedpet.com, we see that my total score is at 84 out of 100% here, and the reason for that being at 84 is most likely because of my 6 errors that I have going on with my site. So to discover what those 6 errors might be, we can look at these issues, and it looks like I have duplicate title tags, and I want to discover what those duplicate title tags are. I click on it. This is going to be my title tag that I have in 2 pages, so let's actually see those pages that might be duplicate there. So it seems like it's a www version and one without the www dot. So this tends to happen a lot. A lot of people do have both variations within their Google Analytics account. This is something that people do look over and say it's not too big of a deal. I'd say it's not too big of a deal either, but if you just want to make sure that your score is as high as possible, go ahead and use that general www dot version of your website just because you don't want to miss any opportunity there at all. Going back out to the issues, we have duplicate content issues, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be sort of the same thing going on. So we can see the difference here, www and no www. So that's really all the issues that I have currently with my site. So let's see what else we can find on the overview aspect of this. So we're going to show you your site performance, and this is going to be how fast your site loads up, your crawlability, and this is going to be how structured your site is, how crawlable your site really is. Your HTTPS, making sure that all of your pages are secure here, and internal linking. Internal linking is going to be how people navigate from one page to another and how you are internally linking to that page from another page within your site. And this is great just because when we do have a robot, especially Google's robot, it's going to use that internal linking to go from page to page to page. So you don't want any broken internal links as far as your website goes, or you won't be crawled correctly. All right, and warnings and notices. So warnings are things that aren't coming up as a red flag quite yet, but could be in the future, so you might want to check those out, and that'll be under the Issues tab. And notices is just something that we feel we should mention to you, but shouldn't really be looked upon as something you have to really take action on. Crawled pages, so we can look at the actual pages that we've crawled, and look at the unique page views if available, crawl depth, see how far we have actually crawled into these pages if available, and the number of issues that each page might have. And you can see also how many pages are completely healthy as well. We'll give you stats. So it's nice to have stats and see overall how your website is doing, especially if you have a web developer or you're a web developer yourself. This is how you can check out basically your canonicalization, your HTTP status codes, see if you have any error codes out there, some crawl depths, making sure that you have the proper amount of crawl depths or proper amount of clicks for your pages here. And markups. Pages that have no markup or anything at all will show that as well. You definitely want some markup on those pages. We can compare crawls. So this is great if you have somebody working on your website for you as far as your site health goes. You can compare crawls from a certain date to another date. So I have February 24th here as one compared crawl. And it crawled again for me a few days ago, March 3rd, and we can see the differences in this now. You see the fixes and the new problems that might have happened. So just great to realize, hey, I have somebody working on my website currently. I want to see what they fixed, and I want to see if there's any new problems that might have occurred. And overall progress. So overall progress for your site health, this is great for reporting. If you are a web developer, on the other hand, and you are working for clients, you can show your progress that you're making on the back end for their website just by pretty much looking at this here. Showing where they were, the number of issues, and if the issues became less or more here. This is great to show really what's going on with the website, and you can hone in on the specifics for each website here, whether it's warnings, errors, or notices.
And these are truly the low-hanging fruit SEO opportunity, optimization opportunities, content development, etc. is going to take a lot of time, resources, know-how. Fixing these technical issues will get you a lot of SEO juice in a relatively short amount of time. Of course, if you have the resources to, to get them done.
That is correct. Yeah, if you do have the resources to get them done or the know-how to get them completed, this is something that you definitely would want to do first. Before anything else, you want to make sure that your website is working correctly. And then you can get into the content and some of the other things as well. All right. So, hey, Chris, that was pretty much it for me today as an overview and pretty much a broader walkthrough. This is going to be the main tools that a lot of our new users are going to play with first until they get a little bit more well-versed within the tool, and then you can play around with the rest of the project section and also, look around the rest of our overview tools. But as far as the most useful tools as of now for new users, this is where you're going to spend a lot of your time.
Awesome. We still have a few minutes for questions and answers. Thanks so much. I mean, this is a massive tool. So, yeah, I know this is a relatively short amount of time, but you did a great job providing a very good overview in a very short amount of time. So if you have questions, please put them into the chat or a Q&A box there. I'm going to start with the first question here. Terrance, can I integrate my Google accounts within your tool?
Yeah, so quite interestingly enough, the position tracking campaign that we were just on is something that you're definitely going to want to add in your Google Analytics account. But we do have quite a few tools, and I'd say around 8 tools within the project section out of the 12 tools within that either have integration with Google Analytics or Google Search Console. The reason why we do that is because those accounts have a lot of the information for your website. And in order for us to get the most accurate research and the accurate numbers for you, we're going to need those integrations there so we don't miss any information at all. So in this case, if you have a position tracking campaign set up, you're going to want to go and add in your keywords from your Google Analytics account. And we will essentially pull up your Gmail screen there, show all the emails that are associated with your Gmail, and you're going to pick the right email that's associated to your domain there.
Awesome. Let's see. Is there a way for me to see how my site's backend's doing?
So the back end of your site, and this is really going to be the site health. So we were just looking at the actual site audit here, and this is how you're going to be able to see, those meta descriptions, duplicate content issues, and things like that, just to see if your overall health is okay. I know I mentioned the score 84%, but anything above that 75% there is going to be something that's actually pretty good and pretty easy for a robot to crawl.
Awesome. Let's see. Can I analyze my domain's bounce rates and user visits within SEMRush?
So you can. That's actually going to be under our marketing insights, and traffic analytics will actually show you what your bounce rates, unique visitors, or anything like that would be. So we'll use eBay again for this. Load it up. So we'll see the amount of visits as far as January 2019 is concerned. So we're looking back as far as January 2019 to today, and we'll show you that you have visits here around the 700 million range. The unique visitors around the 260 million range. Then we have page visits. So when these people are actually visiting your pages is how many pages they usually go in. the average visit duration, this is going to be around 10 minutes or average user duration of being on your site. Your bounce rate, so 35% of people go to your landing page and then leave right away because it just wasn't for them. And your traffic rank. So it's going to be a ranking out of 100 here, and it's just showing you your traffic rank all in all around the web.
Cool. So we're at 45. Let's take one more question. Is there a way for me to add backlinks within SEMRush?
So speaking on that before, and I'm glad that you asked that question here, project section. So, like I said, there's a lot of tools, and like Chris was saying, this is a massive tool. But you're really going to want to play around with these tools and make sure that you are getting the best utilization of this tool for your needs. And link building is one of them. If you're focusing on building backlinks, we have the tool for that. Essentially what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add in your Gmail account, and from there we'll give you prospects to reach out to. You're going to want to look at the rating here. A 5 out of 5 and a 4 out of 5 are the backlinks that you want to go after. Also look at the domain score and trust score, much like the page score and trust score. Rather than page, we're going to focus on the full domain here. And if this is something that I like and I want to get a backlink from, I'll highlight this little checkbox here, and I'll add to say, hey, listen, I don't know what I want to say to them yet. We'll give you templates. Maybe I want a manual. Maybe I want a directory or catalog. Maybe I just want to link in their article or something like that. Maybe I want a product review, a mention, a guest post, or recovering a lost backlink. So I had a backlink from this company, and I want to see if I can get that back. So in this case, I'm going to do a product review. And from product review, I had added that, and you'll see prospect has moved from prospects to in progress. I'm going to click my in progress tab here, and from this in progress tab, I'll hit send, and you'll see here, this is, you can adjust this and edit this as whatever you, however you would like, but we're going to give you a template and basically outreach sort of messaging here. You can edit this whenever you would like, and really the best part about this is we're going to pull up all the emails associated for that website so you don't miss anything at all. You check both of these off here, and just explain to them how you think having a backlink from them would be beneficial to you and how they can benefit maybe from having a backlink from, or giving you a backlink here.
Yeah. Man, we love this tool. I mean, it's a lot of work, but again, backlinks, you know, is one of the most important ranking signals. So it helps us be organized for our clients. Cool. All right, we're just like 3 minutes over time here. If I had to pick one SEO tool, it would be SEMRush. That's what I say in my classes. We do offer all these services. It takes a lot of time, resources, know-how, etc. to get a website to rank appropriately on Google and other search engines. Be happy to help if you need help. Terrance, I would like to thank you. This was an awesome overview.
Thank you so much for having me today.
That was great. Thanks so much for your interest in this webinar. Terrance, again, thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. I'm going to stop the recording right here.
All right, great.